What's going on, YouTube? Dummy Woods 12 back again with another video. I was sitting there thinking to myself, and actually I just got through watching this video by McCain85. He also does Power Ranger videos. So he did a video called my top 10 favorite Power Ranger teams. So I'm actually gonna do a video response to him to give you guys my top 10 favorite Power Ranger teams. And at the end, I'm gonna do something different than what he did. I'm gonna do my ultimate Power Ranger team at the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this kicked off. And now I'm starting with an honorable mention. My honorable mention is the team from Power Ranger Turbo. Power Rangers Turbo. The team with TJ, Carlos, Justin, Cassie, and Ashley. I put this team as an honorable mention because I actually like this team in a way, but I didn't like the season of Power Rangers Turbo. Now, a lot of people really didn't like Power Rangers Turbo simply because they were growing out of Power Rangers, and a lot of them were growing out of Power Rangers, and it was actually made from a Sentai show called Car Ranger, which was supposed to be a parody of all the previous Super Sentai seasons. Excuse me. And but yeah, the team wasn't that bad. I don't blame the team I don't think they were a bad team. You got TJ, but this wasn't the original team. This is the team that came after the original. Because we know the original were Tommy, Kat, Adam, and Tanya, and Justin. They were the original Turbo team, but I don't think fans were getting sick of seeing those characters, because we had seen Tommy and Adam, we had seen Tommy since from the original Six Rangers. He was in the original team he was the original Six Ranger. We had seen Tommy since Mighty Morphin. We also seen Adam and Kat from Mighty Morphin through Turbo. See, we know Kat came in season 3, but I like that Turbo team with the second Turbo team. They were good. They were a good team. TJ was a good leader. They were a good team. My number 10 favorite Power Rangers team is the team from Power Rangers RPM with Scott, Dylan, Summer, Ziggy, Flynn, Jim, and Gemma. Now, I like this team, and man, they were good. I mean, they were actually a team where the people knew who the Rangers' identities were. Like I said in my Power Ranger rant video, about their identities. They knew who the Rangers were in this season. The civilians did, and they were a good team. I mean, Scott was a good leader, even though I think they focused more on Scott than they did Dylan. They focused more on Dylan than they did Scott. And Scott was the Red Ranger, because in Sentai and Engine Sentai Go Ranger, they focus a lot more on, actually the Red Ranger is the focal point of the show, and to me, that's where I got the Red Ranger was the focal point of the show, opposed to Power Rangers RPM, where Dylan was got most of the interesting storyline. He was more badass character than Scott was. Scott was the leader. He was a good leader. I mean, he was good. And I actually wish they would have done recently. You know, they just recently did the Clash of the Red Ranger movie on Nick, the Power Rangers Samurai, and RPM team, but they just had Red Samurai Ranger. I wish that could have gotten the whole team. I wish they would have done it like the whole team, or like a full team up. But that's just me. But yeah, that's my number 10 team from Power Rangers RPM. And number 9, I got the team from Power Rangers Dino Thunder, which you got Connor, Ethan, Kira, Tommy, and Trent. And I like this team, even though I really didn't know who was the leader of this team. Whether it was Connor because he was the Red Ranger, or whether it was Tommy because he's Tommy, he's the Power Ranger legend. So I really did not know who. But I'm not gonna say, like, I think Connor was the leader their field leader as the Red Ranger. And I think outside, like, because Connor actually went to Tommy for help. He actually went to Tommy for help. If he was like, something he didn't understand, he'd go to Tommy for help. So I actually think they Connor, I would say they kind of shared the lead role, but Connor, he was the field leader, I believe. So that team from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. And number 8, I got the team from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. The team of Leo, Kai, Damon, Mike, Kendricks, Maya, and later on Karone. I like this team. I mean, they were a good team. I thought Leo was a good leader. I think Kai was a good second in command before Mike came in as a mad defender. Damon was cool. He was cool, even though he started off as kind of a dick at first. And then, you know, Kendricks, she was cool, and Maya was cool. But Kendricks was actually the first Power Ranger in the American series that died. Kendricks died, and that's like Karone came to Pink Ranger. But we all know in real life, the actress that played Kendricks actually sadly was diagnosed with leukemia, and she had to drop out. She had to leave Power Rangers to do her treatments. But God willing, but thank God that she actually beat leukemia. She's actually healthy today, so that's good. She actually, because she seemed like she was a fighter anyway. But yeah, I like the team for Lost Galaxy. I mean, like I said, Leo was a good leader. It was a good team. I liked them. And number 7, I got the team from Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Now I like the Ninja Storm team because the team with Shane, Dustin, Tori, Blake, Hunter, and Cam. Now this is actually the first season where the first team where there was only one girl. The first team where there was just one girl. Tori. And this was actually the first team that had 2 Red Rangers and 2 Blue Rangers. Because I actually counted Hunter as a Red Ranger, and I counted Blake as a Blue Ranger. He was a darker shade of blue, and Tori was a lighter shade of blue. And this also was the first season where the Yellow Ranger was a guy, because in Sentai, we all know in Sentai there actually were a lot of guy Yellow Rangers. So yeah, this is that kind of made Power Rangers history. But like I said, I like this team. Shane was a good leader. I mean, he focused a lot. It was more focused on ninjas. And they had some good more from the fight scenes. This is actually the first season in a long time that they had more fight scenes. That the Rangers were really high in the martial arts. So I like that team. So that's number 7, the team from Power Rangers Ninja Storm. And number 6, I got the team from Power Rangers SPD. The team of Jack, Sky, Bridge, Sid, Z, and Doggy Kruger, and Sam. So I like this team. And like I said, SPD is one of my favorite seasons. Actually, my favorite, one of the best. I think to me the best Disney seasons of Power Rangers. I like this team. Like Jack was a good leader. I mean, Sky was a good second in command. We knew who the leader and second in command. But we don't know Sky. I didn't like Sky. It's really, I actually started liking Sky. He was tolerable towards the middle of SPD. Because like towards the first of SPD, all he was complaining about was him being the Red Ranger. He was like, I want to be the Red Ranger. Why is that guy the Red Ranger? Why is he the Red Ranger? My dad was one of the best Red Rangers SPD ever had. But why am I not the Red Ranger? Everybody in my family's been a Red Ranger. I don't think he ever said that, but he's like, everybody was a Red Ranger. My dad was one of the best Red Rangers. I want to be just like my dad. I want to be a leader of the team. I want to be a Red Ranger. And I'm like, Sky, you talking about this is kind of why you're not the Red Ranger. Doggy Cougar put you as Blue Ranger, as second in command, for a reason. But like I said, he was a good second in command to Jack. Even sometimes Jack would actually go to Sky for advice. And then when Doggy Cougar joined the team with the Shadow Ranger, he actually kind of let Jack continue to be the leader of the team. So that was cool. And but yeah, I like the team at SPD, and like I said, Bridge was funny. I said that my favorite Power Ranger. my favorite Power Rangers video. Bridge was funny, and like I said, Sid was hot. She was pretty. That's all. That's the only reason I like her. She was hot, and I like her power. And the Rangers actually had. This is actually the first season. They had some more fight scenes in this, but this was the only season when first season when the Rangers really had. Now I guess you could say Ninja Storm. They had powers, but the Rangers had like a special power. I mean, like Sky had telekinesis. When Sky could he could go through walls and stuff, and like Sky, he could just make this force field by doing this little maneuver like this, make a force field, make a shield. In Bridge, he can like hear things without him not even being in the room by just flashing his hand. He can hear things without even being in the room. And in Sid, I like her power the most because she can just hit a piece of metal, her hand turns like metal, turns into stone. Whatever she touches, her hand can turn into that. But Z, she can multiply. She multiply herself. She divide herself into 5, 6 different, into 4, 5, 6 different people. I mean, they fight 6 or 7, 5 or 6 Z's. But I like that. I like the fact that they had their own unique powers. So that's the team for Power Rangers SPD, my number 6 favorite team. I'm gonna be back with I'm about to run out of time. I'm gonna be back with my with part 2 of my favorite Power Ranger teams, and I'm gonna give you guys my favorite, my ultimate Power Ranger team. I actually say my Once a Ranger team. So peace. I'm gonna be back. Happy New Year to you guys. God bless.